What's up, everyone? My name is Blue, and today I'm coming at you with some I Don't Work Here Lady stories. Do you work here? These women sure think you do. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. You work there. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel. And with that, let's get into it. Starbucks workers don't get paid enough to deal with you, Karen. This happened yesterday at a Starbucks somewhere in the US. Obligatory I'm on mobile. I'm a medical professional. I've been dealing with people who think COVID is a hoax or not serious, etc. Please don't debate that here. The post is not about that. K for Karen, me for me, and B for barista. I walk into Starbucks and distance myself on the little circles they have that are 6 feet away from each other. There are just a few people in the store, and it's pretty big, so overall, I felt safe. I'm minding my business, browsing Reddit, when this Karen walks in. I didn't notice her until I heard a barista say, excuse me, you need a mask to be inside the store. I turn to witness a look of horror on this woman's face, as if she didn't see the countless signs stating you need a mask, and/or she didn't realize there was a pandemic. Karen, all I want is a coffee. Barista, I'll be happy to make you one when you put a mask on. Karen, but. Me, nope. Karen, what? Me, nope. These workers don't get paid enough to make coffee and babysit children. Karen, excuse? Me, nope. Karen, me, out. She goes to speak again. Nope. Out. It felt like I was talking to a misbehaving puppy, and she looked just as sad. So she turned to the only line of defense she had left. Karen, I'll get you fired. Me, I don't work here. Karen, I'll find your boss. Me, I am my boss. She short circuits, makes that weird grunting angry sound, and leaves. I can't stand when these anti-maskers involve people who aren't paid to deal with their stuff, and even people who are, not paid enough. Again, not trying to get into the whole debate of it, but if a place of business is requiring you to wear a mask, you should know that you have to wear a mask. It's kind of like not having shoes on and expecting to go into a 7-Eleven. No shirt, no shoes, no service. We can accept that, can't we? How about no mask, no macchiato? I sent Karen to aisle 10 in an 8-aisle store. This happened years ago when my wife and I lived in a mostly African-American neighborhood in Detroit. I am white and my wife black, totally relevant to the story. I worked for the city government as an office manager and wore a white shirt and tie every day. I also usually had a pen or two sticking out of my shirt pocket, so if I stopped at a small local food store after work, I naturally was often mistaken for an employee. A fellow shopper would ask where an item was, and I would reply with a polite, "I don't work here, but," knowing the store layout, direct the person to the needed product. Almost every time, the other shopper apologized and I would smile and say, "No problem," fully understanding their assumption. Almost every time. Then I met Karen. I was shopping after work one evening, crouched down to read labels on items on a bottom shelf, when I felt someone grab my upper arm. I looked up to see her, the rare urban Karen. This Karen was a middle-aged black woman with sunglasses propped up on her head in a rather nice-looking outfit that hinted at a middle-class status. Still holding my arm, Karen demands, "Do you speak English?" I'm stunned and confused. I look up at my attacker and instinctively answer, "Yes." Then I assume that this Karen not only thinks I'm an employee, but also Chaldean Arab, as are the store's owners. By the way, I was friends with the owners and their family, and knew all of them spoke perfect English with only a Midwest American accent like mine. "Well, I'm surprised that any of you," insert slur for Middle Eastern people here, "can understand English," Karen hisses. I stand and Karen lets go of my arm. "Where's the whatever product she wanted?" Without hesitation, I tell this bigoted Karen, "Oh, it's in the center of aisle 10. Without a thank you or any other word, Karen looks up at the aisle 2 sign overhead and turns on her heels in search of aisle 10 in a store that only has 8 aisles. I head for the checkout, and as I'm paying for my purchases, hear a very loud, "Where the hell is aisle 10?" from the far end of the store. I was sorry to stick the friends, the owners of the store, with the unhappy task of dealing with Karen after I left, but we had a good laugh about it the next time I went shopping there. Sorry, not much drama, but I liked it. I feel like that's the perfect way to deal with someone in this situation. Don't be aggressive, but absolutely waste their time. Woman storms into back room. Look, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I did work at this small bookstore cafe, but at the time I was often just browsing. This woman comes in and sees me, someone who, normally works there. She then asks if I could grab her regular order, a triple shot mocha, and I said, "No ma'am, I'm not working today." And that is the story of how cops got called over harassment because I wouldn't give a lady her coffee. Fine. 3 downvotes later, I'll tell you the whole story. So, I told this lady I couldn't get her a coffee. Now, mind you, there is someone working at the register. She gets real pissed and says, "Isn't it your job?" I just stood there for a second because I couldn't understand what she was saying, and all I said was, No, it's not. I'm not working here today." So she decides to knock the effing books over. Nothing pisses me off more than this, and she knows it, and storms away. I thought we were done, so I'm chatting with my friend who's working, slow day, and helping him pick up the books. Our manager comes out of the back room and asks what happened. Now, mind you, she was in a meeting with the bank, so she couldn't come out sooner. We explained what the lady did, and our manager was effing ticked. Fast forward to the next day, the day I worked. So, same woman comes in and demands her coffee. I was about to start up the espresso machine when I hear my manager come walking from the back, and she says, "Ma'am, I'll need you to pay for the book you broke." Now, my manager is super nice. She just doesn't take crap. This lady talks for 15 minutes about how she won't pay and it's my fault for not giving her the coffee she wanted. Then she knocks more books over and starts screaming even more about how she won't pay. My manager walked up to her, looked her in the face and said, "Leave the store or I call the cops." To which the lady astutely replies, "No, I'll call the cops since you're harassing me." Almost forgot this part. My bad. So this lady asks for our phone. We do have one up on the front counter. It's just set up weird to where it wouldn't reach the lady. We told her this, and she looks at me, then my manager, then walks into the back room, which was a weird storage room, and then into my manager's office, picks up the phone and calls the cops. Me and my manager were literally dumbfounded by the pure effing balls on this lady. Now, after another rant about how it's apparently her right to use our phones, the police show up. After a lengthy discussion with police and a total of damages, she ruined like a solid 13 books, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it was for our tiny shop. Needless to say, she was banned and had to pay, I think, $2,000 in fees. Strangest thing I've ever encountered. I don't understand why this lady just wouldn't go over to the cafe after our poster said that they weren't working. But, you know, that's rational thought, and obviously this lady was incapable of that. And that's all the time we have for these I Don't Work Here Lady stories. If you liked any of the stories, make sure to click that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more stories. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you later.